Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of the Adventures of Mobile Homes podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Hernandez, aka Mobile Home Girl of adventuresofmobilehomes.com. Thank you so much for joining me here on the 62nd episode of the podcast. Now, just in case you missed it, be sure to check out the last episode where I talk about my latest video commentary for a case update on a scam alert on a certain mobile home investing guru. You can check it out at www.adventuresofmobilehomes.com/61. So today I'm going to go over 5 books that can help you with your own mobile home investing business. Now, these are books that can actually help you while you're out in the field doing research and gathering data as a mobile home investor. Because it's one thing to educate yourself and learn all you can about the subject of mobile home investing, but it's another thing to actually apply what you learn and actually do it in the field to get the experience that you need to be a successful mobile home investor. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that with these 5 books that can help you with your own mobile home investing business. So check it out. Here goes. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Adventures in Mobile Homes podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Hernandez, aka Mobile Home Girl of adventuresofmobilehomes.com. Thank you so much for joining me here on this special edition for my podcast. This is actually a Christmas edition, and it is the month of December. And I wanted to do an extra special episode just for you on 5 books to help with your mobile home investing business. Now, before I get started, I just want to say Merry Christmas. At the time of this recording, I'm getting ready to actually head out to go on a road trip with my family, my dog, to visit my family and friends in California. So I just wanted to be sure to get this episode out to you before I go. Going to have a relaxing time over there, driving from the state of Texas to go visit everyone, family and friends in California. So wherever you are, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and also a Happy New Year. But other than that, let's get started with this Christmas edition. Now, I wanted to kind of do this really fun podcast episode to, help you with your mobile home investing business. So basically, what you can do is, since it is Christmas, buy yourself gifts that actually invest back into your education. So what do I mean by that? Well, I talked about all of these mobile home investing books, actually the top 10 mobile home investing books in podcast episode number 41. And you can check out that episode at adventuresofmobilehomes.com/41. Again, adventuresofmobilehomes.com/41. And in that podcast episode, I talk about the top 10 mobile home investing books where you can actually learn and educate yourself about mobile home investing. So check that episode out if you haven't seen it yet. But today, I want to talk about mobile home investing books that could actually help you with your own mobile home investing business as you go out in the field, as you actually take what you learn from the books that you've read and then apply it to your knowledge while you're out in the field as you continue your mobile home investing journey and hopefully become a successful mobile home investor. So I'm going to talk to you about 5 books that can help you with your mobile home investing business. So here we go. Okay, book number 1. I really suggest that you have a mobile home journal to write down your thoughts, to reflect on, your journey as a mobile home investor. This is one of the things that really helped me when I first got started as a mobile home investor and also a real estate investor, because before mobile home investing, I was actually a real estate investor in single family homes. I started out as a bird dog, finding deals for other investors, became a wholesaler in single family homes. I did wholesale deals to other investors. And then eventually I became a buy and hold landlord of single family homes. So that was my progression before I got into mobile home investing. But over the years, even as a real estate investor, even as a mobile home investor, what really helped me to hone down my skills and to reflect on what could I have done better was to actually have a mobile home journal. So it's very important to write things down. And all of these books I will that I'm talking about today, I will actually have a link in the show notes for you so that you can check them out. But they are all available through the Adventures in Mobile Homes bookstore. So I'll have a link for you at the end of this podcast episode. So book number 1 is you want to have a mobile home journal. And this is an example of one of the journals that I have. It's called I Love Mobile Homes. And it's really important to have your own journal to write things down, but not just one journal. You want to have multiple journals, one to reflect on the business of what you've been doing, your goals, but then another one to actually write down things as you go out in the field, as you gather data, as you gather information. And I'll go into some of the books that can help you do those types of things in the next couple of slides here. So let's get started. Podcast episode number 22, I go over the importance of writing things down. And in this podcast episode, I go over why it's so important to write things down, some of the things I just mentioned, and how it can help you as you progress along your journey as a mobile home investor. And if you want to check that episode out, it's located at adventuresinmobilehomes.com/22. And I go into why it's important to write things down, what types of things to reflect on, what types of prompts you want to write as you write things down in your notebook or journal as a mobile home investor. So definitely check out that episode. Okay, let's talk about book number 2. I did talk about gathering information as you progress along your mobile home investing journey. The second book I recommend to help you as a mobile home investor is a mobile home park research notebook. And basically, a mobile home park research notebook will allow you to gather information as you get out there, as you talk to mobile home parks, park managers, owners, get to know the staff, the maintenance, the residents who actually live in the park. And this mobile home park research notebook is available in the adventuresinmobilehomes.com store, and it'll help you gather that information as you go and talk to these park managers and owners. There's a form there, and it'll tell you exactly what to ask. Examples: how much is a lot rent? What are the vacant lots? What types of people live in these neighborhoods? What are the ages of these homes? What are the conditions of these homes, et cetera, et cetera. So basically all the guesswork is taken out from you. You already know exactly what to ask in this mobile home park research notebook. And it also has some areas for notes as well, too, for each of the forms for each park that you visit. So if you'd like to check it out, you can check it out at the adventuresinmobilehomes.com bookstore. It is the Mobile Home Park Research Notebook. And if you are interested, I went over how to learn your market, as you gather this information in podcast episode 5 of the podcast. And you can find it at adventuresinmobilehomes.com/5 if you are interested on how you exactly learn your market as a mobile home investor when you're first starting out. Podcast episode 5. And then if you have any questions about how do you even approach these mobile home park managers, check out podcast episode 8. And you can find that at adventuresinmobilehomes.com/8. And I go into the entire process of how to talk to mobile home park managers, what types of things to ask, what types of information to gather, as you get to know these parks, as you go to these communities and visit with them and talk to the mobile home park managers and owners. So again, that's podcast episode 8 of the Adventures of Mobile Homes podcast. And then if you're further interested, I do have a video training on how exactly I talk to mobile home park managers and what types of things that I ask and what has worked, what has not worked in the past, in the present now, and going into the future. And you'll actually see me talking on camera on my mannerisms and how I ask these types of questions when I talk to mobile home park managers. Because it's one thing to say things, but it's another thing in terms of how you say what you say. There's a complete difference. So I talk about the wording, the verbiage, the types of words that you want to use, how you even approach these mobile home park managers, what type of marketing materials you should have with you, and what to put on your marketing materials in the video training on how to talk to mobile home park managers. And you'll see me all on camera. Again, that's podcast episode 59. If you want to check out the video training on how to talk to mobile home park managers, where you see me on camera speaking and teaching how exactly I do it, including my mannerisms and the things that I say. You can find that episode at adventuresofmobilehomes.com/59. Okay. Let's talk about book number 3. As you go out and gather information as a mobile home investor, there's some more information that you want to gather. The first part, which I just talked about, is gathering information about mobile home parks and mobile home communities that you actually want to do business in. Now, once you find mobile home parks and communities that you want to do business in, and you get the okay from the park manager and the owner that you could actually do business in these types of communities, as I talk about in my video training, how to talk to mobile home park managers, then you can go ahead and start looking for mobile home leads, mobile home seller leads, leads of sellers who actually live in these mobile home parks or have friends in these mobile home parks who need to sell their homes. Okay. And so when you gather this information, you want to meet with the sellers, but do you want to get some information down? Well, book number 3 is the Mobile Home Seller Research Notebook. And in the Mobile Home Research Notebook for sellers, you will gather information on types of questions to ask sellers when you meet with them, when you talk to them over the phone. There's a forms in there, as well as areas for your notes so that you can jot down any notes that you have when you talk to the sellers and also when you meet with these sellers. And it's really helpful. Again, it takes all the guesswork out of everything. And that is book number 3, the Mobile Home Seller Research Notebook. And again, all these books are available at the adventuresofmobilehomes.com bookstore. Okay, so let's talk about episode 17. If you are in the process right now where you can find mobile home sellers, you've already researched some parks and communities to work with, you've already talked to the park manager or the owners of these communities, and they've already given you the okay to work there. Well, now you're at the point where you can actually find mobile home sellers in these communities, in these parks. And I go over that in podcast episode number 17, how to find mobile home sellers. And in that episode, I talk about all the different methods and ways that you can generate leads to find mobile home sellers in these parks, in these communities, so that you can buy them as a mobile home investor. And if you want to check out that episode, you can check it out at adventuresofmobilehomes.com/17. And once you find them, how do you even work with these sellers? Okay, that's the next question. Well, I got you covered. You can check out the episode on working with mobile home sellers in podcast episode number 18, where I talk about once you find these leads, How exactly do you work with these sellers to negotiate a deal? And then also the inspection process and getting all the paperwork together to close on these deals. So you can check that out on Working with Mobile Home Sellers in podcast episode number 18. And you can find that at adventuresinmobilehomes.com/18. Okay. Let's talk about book number 4. Okay. So once you find these parks to work with, find these communities, get the okay from the park manager, start finding sellers to work with, start getting the mobile home leads coming in. And then you work with these sellers to buy these homes, you negotiate them, you go through the process, put all the paperwork together to buy these mobile homes, and you bought them. Well, the next thing you need to do is actually fill these homes. So you've got to gather information, you've got to gather data on, potential residents who can actually fill these homes that you are buying as a mobile home investor. Because we all know, you can buy a mobile home as an investment, but until you fill that deal's not done, until you get the cash in your pocket or the cash flow coming in every single month. And one of the books to help you is the Mobile Home Buyer Research Notebook. And the Mobile Home Buyer Research Notebooks allows you to gather that data as these, potential buyers, potential residents call you or contact you or, with your marketing materials to gather the right type of information to find the right type of buyers. And there's going to be information in there in those sheets that you fill out that the guesswork is taken out of, so that you don't have to guess, well, what should I ask them when, they're on the phone with me while they're calling me about my properties. So check out the Mobile Home Buyer Research Notebook to help you with your mobile home investing business when buyers, potential residents are contacting you for some of the mobile homes that you have on the market. And along the same lines, book number 5 is the Mobile Home Renter Research Notebook. Now, say you don't want to sell these homes, you don't want to work with a buyer, you just want to rent these homes, do a straight out rental, then you want to check out the Mobile Home Renter Research Notebook. And along the same lines of the Mobile Home Buyer Research Notebook, the Mobile Home Renter Research Notebook is going to help you ask the right questions when potential renters contact you with some of the questions that they have about your properties or property in these mobile home parks, in these mobile home communities. Like I said, it takes the guesswork out of everything. So check it out. Book number 5, the Mobile Home Renter Research Notebook. Okay. Now, if you are interested and you're at that point where, you know which parts you want to work with, you've already bought a mobile home or 2, so if you already worked with sellers, but now you need to fill these homes, I go over how to find buyers or renters for your mobile home deals in podcast episode 26. Because again, it's one thing to buy these homes, buy them from sellers who are motivated to sell to you in these communities. But it's another thing to go out and find a buyer, go out and find a renter to fill these homes for these homes that you have in these mobile home communities. And I go over all of that, how to find these buyers or renters for your mobile homes that you have in these mobile home parks, in these mobile home communities in podcast episode number 26. And you can check that out at adventuresinmobilehomes.com/26. And if you are at that point where, okay, Rachel, I found these buyers, I found these renters, I've got my mobile home park research notebook, I've got my mobile home seller research notebook, I've got my mobile home renter or buyer research notebook, but I need to screen these people. Like, how do I know which buyers or renters to work with and which not to work with? Well, guess what? I got you covered. Check out podcast episode 27, where I go over screening buyers or renters. It is part 1 of the series. I have a series on this. Podcast episode 27, where I go over screening buyers or renters. You can find it at adventuresinmobilehomes.com/27. And again, I go over how to screen these people, these buyers, or these renters who contact you when you have these homes on the market, whether it be to sell them or rent them out. And then I go over that in podcast episode 28, Screening Buyers or Renters Part 2, which is the second part in the series, which is a continuation on screening these buyers or renters as they contact you, as they call you, as you meet with them for your mobile homes that you need to fill in the mobile home parks, in the mobile home communities. The continuation, podcast episode number 28 of Screening Buyers or Renters Part 2, you can find that at adventuresinmobilehomes.com/28. And then I do have a part 3 of the series of Screening Buyers or Renters, and that is podcast episode 29. And that is basically the last part in that series on how to screen these buyers or these renters as they contact you, as they show their interest in your properties that you have in these communities. And that is podcast episode 29, Screening Buyers or Renters Part 3. You can find that at adventuresinmobilehomes.com/29. Okay, so we've gone over the 5 books that I recommend, the top 5 mobile home investing books to help you with your mobile home investing business as you apply what you learn in the top 10 mobile home investing business, the education part. These are books that you can actually apply out in the field to help you progress as a mobile home investor and eventually become successful as a mobile home investor. And I will tell you, I wish I had these books when I first started out. I've got a bonus book here. Bonus number 1 is the Open House Registry Logbook. And basically, this book will help you when you have those open houses for potential renters or potential buyers for your mobile homes. I have mentioned this on the podcast, and I think I had talked about this in my episode on screening buyers or renters. I don't meet with people individually because it's just, I need to save my time and my money. The way I do it when I have potential buyers or renters, I hold open houses once a week, usually on a Sunday afternoon. Well, guess what? When people get to your open house, they need to sign in, okay? So that you know who's actually coming and who said that they were going to come and did they actually come. So I have this book, Open House Registry Logbook, so that people can sign in as they come, leave their contact information. And there's also an area for notes as well, too. It is available in the adventuresinmobilehomes.com bookstore, which I'll put a link at the end of this episode. So check it out. It's the Open House Registry Logbook. And again, in terms of screening buyers or renters, I did go over that in the podcast episodes that I just talked about as well, too. Okay. Now, podcast episode 30, once you do find potential buyers or renters for the homes that you're trying to fill in these parks, in these communities, I go over closing with buyers or renters in podcast episode 30. This is part 1. It's also a series. So if you want to listen on how to close with these buyers or renters once you find them, check out podcast episode 30, which is the first part in the series. And you can find that at adventuresinmobilehomes.com/30. And then I also continue with the series on how to close with buyers or renters in part 2 of the podcast. And you can find that on podcast episode 31. And you can find that at adventuresinmobilehomes.com/31. Okay. Now, what if you don't want to rent your homes out to potential renters? You actually want to sell your homes. And one of the ways that you want to sell your homes is doing what Lonnie Scruggs, the godfather of mobile home investing, did, which is sell using owner financing. Well, if you're going to go that route, you really need to be aware of the laws in your area and also the federal laws in the United States. And two of the laws that you need to be aware of in the United States with our federal laws is the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank. And this concerns when you are actually selling your homes using owner financing, doing what Lonnie Scruggs, the godfather of mobile home investing, did. Now, when Lonnie was actually investing, the laws were different from now. Now the laws have changed. So I go over that in podcast episode 32, how the laws have changed and how does SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank apply for mobile home investors when you're out selling these homes using owner financing like Lonnie Scruggs did. And then also what you can do to be within those laws when you're doing the same thing. Now, if you'd like to check out that podcast episode, it's podcast episode 32, and it's called SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank for Mobile Home Investors. You can find it at adventuresofmobilehomes.com/32. And if you're interested in getting more information about the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank and how you can be within the confines of the laws as a mobile home investor, I go over this in podcast episode 33, where I go over my SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank course for mobile home investors. Basically, this is a full-on course on the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank that I put together. It took me over a year to put this course together. I go over the entire course, what you're going to learn, how to find the forms that you need to put these types of deals together, who to talk to, who to network with. And I also have an expert in the course on Dodd-Frank and also the SAFE Act. And this expert has agreed to be available for students of the course. And it's a full-on interview. I think I've got a couple interviews with this expert in the course. And this expert, you can completely contact them if you have any questions or if you need help with the laws of Dodd-Frank and the SAFE Act as it pertains to you as a mobile home investor. So I strongly urge you to check this out. If you do plan on selling these homes, these mobile homes that you have in these communities to end buyers who are residents who intend to live in them using owner financing. Check out podcast episode 32, which covers the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank, and then check out podcast episode 33, which covers my SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank course for mobile home investors, which you can find at adventuresofmobilehomes.com/33. And then if you are interested in not selling your homes using owner financing and you want an alternative, I go over rent to own versus lease options because that's another option that you can take when you do sell these homes. You can do a rent to own or a lease option. And I go over the pros and cons and the differences between them in podcast episode 47 of the podcast called Rent to Own versus Lease Options. You can check that out at adventuresofmobilehomes.com/47. I won't go into that here, but definitely check out the episode if you want more information on that alternative route when you are offering your homes available to prospective residents with the mobile homes that you have in these mobile home park communities. Okay, and bonus number 2. Now, again, all these books, you can apply it as you continue your journey as a mobile home investor. Bonus number 2 is the mileage logbook. As a mobile home investor, as a real estate investor, you have to be out in the field. And one of the things that you have to do for tax purposes is log your mileage when you go out there, when you drive to these places, when you drive to these properties, when you drive to these parks, these mobile home communities, or if you're out on land visiting these mobile home owners, okay? So you want something to log all this information. And if you are interested, you can check out the mileage logbook. And in the mileage logbook, it could track all of your miles, date, starting odometer, ending odometer for your mobile home investing business. And again, you can check out all of these books on the adventuresofmobilehomes.com store. And if you are going to be doing this, and you have to in this business, you have to be out in the field, check out podcast episode 53, where I go over driving for dollars in your mobile home investing business. I go over the entire process of driving for dollars. It's my favorite way to find mobile home leads as I go out to these mobile home communities, as I go out to these mobile home parks and visit them. You can check it out. Podcast episode 53, Driving for Dollars as a Mobile Home Investor, at adventuresofmobilehomes.com/53. And then in episode 56 of the podcast, I go over driving for dollars tips and tricks that actually help me while I'm out in the field driving for dollars. This is the first part in the series. These are the best tips and tricks that I've used in my own mobile home investing business in the past, in the present, and then also in the future. I also go over the pros and cons of different methods that I've used when I go out there and I've driven for dollars, and what works and what doesn't work. And again, this is the first part of this series on the tips and tricks as you go out and drive for dollars as a mobile home investor. You can check it out at adventuresofmobilehomes.com/56. And then I've got the continuation of the series of Driving for Dollars Tips and Tricks Part 2 in podcast episode number 57, where I go over the continuation on Driving for Dollars and the best tips and tricks that I've used as a mobile home investor, which is, again, the second part in the series. You can check it out at adventuresofmobilehomes.com/57. And then I've got the third part in the series of Driving for Dollars, the best tips and tricks that I've used as a mobile home investor as I go into these mobile home parks, in these mobile home communities. I conclude with the third part of the series in podcast episode 58 of the podcast. And you can find that at adventuresofmobilehomes.com/58. And like I said, all these books that I talked about here, you can find it in the Adventures in Mobile Homes bookstore. And you can find that at adventuresofmobilehomes.com/store. Again, adventuresofmobilehomes.com/store. Any of the books that I've mentioned here to help with your mobile home investing business as you go out in the field, as you apply what you learned in those top 10 mobile home investing books. You can buy those books and use them to apply what you've learned, to log all this information, all this data, all this information that you're gathering as you're out in the field as a mobile home investor. Again, you can find it at the Adventures of Mobile Homes bookstore at adventuresofmobilehomes.com/store. All right. Now I've got an extra bonus, something that you can give yourself as a gift. If you are interested in more exclusive content, behind the scenes content, more video training on mobile home investing, stuff that you don't see anywhere else. This is my best content out there. You can check out the support page and support the show. You can find that at adventuresofmobilehomes.com/support. I do have a membership program where I have exclusive content, video training that you can't find anywhere else on mobile home investing. I really go in depth with these trainings. It also includes the membership access to the Discord community where people can network and discuss all things mobile home investing. So a lot of goodies there. The membership program, you can find it at adventuresofmobilehomes.com/support. And I do go over the support page in podcast episode number 52, which is called Happy 2-Year Anniversary. I go over the 2-year anniversary of the show, of the podcast, Adventures of Mobile Homes, what it means to me and my plans moving forward. And then I go into basically a tutorial on video of the support page and the benefits you can get as a supporter, as a member of the support page. So check out podcast episode number 52, where I go over all that. And again, it's called Happy 2-Year Anniversary. And you can find that at adventuresinmobilehomes.com/52. And just to give you an idea of some of the things that I've gone over, some of the video trainings that I've had in the membership program on the support page, this is one of the things that I've done. How to talk to mobile home park managers. It is a video training of me on video. I had mentioned that earlier in this podcast episode on how exactly I talk to mobile home park managers on the first visit. How do I actually approach these people when I, go into the office or when I drive these parks? I talk about all the questions that I ask. I talk about my approach. I talk about what works, what doesn't work. I talk about what other investors have done when they approach mobile home park managers that just doesn't work. And then I talk about what exactly works for me now, in the past, and then moving forward, and also other ways to network, not just with the mobile home park manager or owner, but other people that you can talk with to help you get these leads, to help you work in these parks and communities. I talk about all of that. I also talk about the types of marketing materials you should have and what to put exactly on your marketing materials when you're going to talk to these mobile home park managers, when you're going into these communities to make your introduction. And then lastly, I also talk about the follow-up. How often should you follow up when you talk to these mobile home park managers and owners? And what exactly do you say and do, and how do you do it? All of that is included in this video training on how to talk to mobile home park managers, which is actually a benefit, these video trainings, of being a member of the support page. So that's one of the trainings that I've done. I've also done a video training on how to protest taxes as a mobile home investor. It's a video commentary on how exactly do you protest taxes as a mobile home investor. And I also have case studies in this video commentary, in this video training, on the homes that I've actually protested as a mobile home investor, what I did, how I presented my case, how I talked to the tax authority in my area, how I networked with them to actually reduce the values of these homes, of these mobile homes that I had when I protested the taxes, by thousands of dollars in order to get a lower tax amount on these homes. And basically my entire process, how I've done it with case studies, how I've done it in the past, the present, and then going into the future. So that's another video training that I've done, a commentary on how to protest taxes as a mobile home investor. And I give you my specific experience on what has worked as I have protested taxes to lower my tax bill as a mobile home investor, to save me time and save myself money. And then I share it with members of my support page so I can save you time and save you money when you go to protest your taxes. And I do recommend protesting taxes because otherwise they just keep going up and up and up and up. Okay. All right. Then the other thing, I went into the support page. Members get access to a video commentary of a scam alert that I did on a certain mobile home investing guru. And I've talked extensively about this. This specific mobile home investing guru has scammed so many people out of their hard-earned money. I'm not talking about, just dollars, I'm talking about millions of dollars. Okay. So this is a large amount of money. It's actually nationwide. It's not just concentrated in one little area. There's an investigation, everything that's involved on this specific individual. And unfortunately, this individual has a lot of their videos still online. Their social media is still up. Their website is still up. And they continue to sell courses on their mobile home investing trainings. So unfortunately, all that information is still up there, but I talk about this scam and basically what was involved in the scam. And then I also keep my members updated and informed with case updates on what exactly is happening in court with the scam on this specific mobile home investing guru who scammed all of these investors out of their hard-earned money. So I go over that entire thing in the video commentary on this specific guru. And it's, again, a benefit of being a member of the support page. And as a member, people get access to these video trainings so they can actually go back and like, oh, Rachel said something about this in a specific video training. They can actually go back and reference that. They'll still have access to all of this for as long as they're a member of the support page. So that's another thing that I've done. And then, like I said, I did a case update on this mobile home investing guru, another video commentary on what exactly is happening in court. And I've done a couple case updates because it's been progressing through the year on what exactly is happening now and then moving forward. And that's also a video commentary. All these video commentaries and video trainings are me on video. So you actually get to see me on video present this to you, and you can access it 24 hours of the day. You can always reference to it as a member of the support page. All these video commentaries, all these video trainings that I have, which tackles the subject of mobile home investing. Okay. And then another video commentary I did was my market insight and my latest update on the real estate investing industry, as well as the mobile home investing industry. I did a market insight update on exactly what is happening in the market for real estate investors and how does this actually affect mobile home investors? How does it affect you as a mobile home investor moving forward, including what it can do for your mobile home investing business, and then some of the challenges that we face as mobile home investors, and then what we can do to move forward. This is another video commentary that I did on video of my market insight and my latest update on the real estate investing industry and how it affects mobile home investors. So that's, again, another benefit of being a member of the support page. And then this is my latest video training. I haven't released it yet, but it's coming out soon. I did a video training on how to find mobile home leads. Again, it's me on video, basically the top methods that I use in the past, present, and going into the future, and how exactly do I find and generate mobile home leads as a mobile home investor, not just in the past, but also what works today and then going ahead in the future. And these are the top methods that I don't talk about anywhere else on how to find these leads and how to consistently generate these mobile home leads as a mobile home investor to keep your business running. Your mobile home investing business running. So that is going to be released very soon. Actually, before I leave for vacation, for Christmas vacation, I'm going to be releasing it very soon. And if you sign up as a member of the support page, you'll get access to this video training as well, too. And it's called How to Find Mobile Home Leads. So if you are interested in the top methods that work for me to find mobile home leads, and this is an area that you're kind of stuck on, check that out. Sign up as a member of the support page. It is releasing very soon. It's not out yet, but it will be released very soon. I talk about everything, what has worked, what has not worked, why I did certain things and they didn't work, and then why I did other things and they did work, and what I continue to do in the past and now going into the future, and what I continue not to do in the past and also going into the future on finding mobile home leads for my mobile home investing business. And that is a video training. Again, it's accessible as a member of the support page anytime. As long as you're a member, you'll be able to access all these videos, all these video commentaries, all this exclusive content just for being a member of the support page. Okay. And then I did also talk about the Discord community. And basically, the Discord community is for people who are members of the support page. where you can actually network with me. You can DM me. You can network with other members who are members of the support page. There you can ask questions. You can get feedback. It's basically the community for members of my support page. I think I posted a couple articles on the mobile home investing industry news that I don't share anywhere else there. So it is a Discord community. If you're looking for maybe a partner, you're looking for someone to lend you money on some of these mobile home deals, it's actually a good way to network with other members who are actually members of the support page and who are also mobile home investors themselves. And that is also included as your membership for the support page, access to the Discord community. And I post a lot of stuff up there that I don't share anywhere else. So it is also included. And the website is adventuresofmobilehomes.com/support. Again, adventuresofmobilehomes.com/support. If you want to check out the support page and what it's all about and what are some of the benefits of becoming a member. And again, I went over all that in podcast episode 52, where I go through the walkthrough of the support page and the happy 2-year anniversary episode of the podcast. And there's a lot of rewards of being a member. You know, you get access to me directly, and I go in there and answer people's questions. But, you know, if you have a deal that you're working with, you're stuck, you need feedback on a certain aspect of mobile home investing, you can post it up there. And then people can comment or help you out. And I will be sure to get back with you as well, too, because you are a valued member. So check it out. And lastly, I do want to thank you so much for listening to the podcast and continuing to support my website, adventuresofmobilehomes.com. Listen to the podcast. Any questions that you have, sending me. I get all the messages. I get a lot of messages. So I'm kind of backed up right now with messages. But thank you so much. But I also want to say a very special thank you for everyone who is a member of the support page or who has supported me anyway financially by purchasing the books in the bookstore, or who has actually purchased some of my courses, whether they be my other courses or the courses on the support page, because I do have courses on the support page too. I have a getting started in mobile home investing course too. Just check it out. And I also have, since I'm such a big coffee geek, I have actually a course on how to roast your own coffee at home and brew it. I actually taught that class for a film that I'm actually consulting on right now for my mobile home expertise for an award-winning filmmaker and producer. So for their donors. So you might want to check out that as well too. But I just want to say thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And for also your feedback. I get all your messages. I get back to people as soon as I can. You know, I do get bogged up. But thank you so much for your support, especially if you've supported me financially, or if you're a member, or if you purchase any of my courses or books. Thank you so much for that, and for also believing in me. I hope, you know, my content is good and it has actually helped you as you progress along your mobile home investing journey. And again, if you'd like to find out more information about the support page and how you can become a member and get some of these benefits, check out adventuresofmobilehomes.com/support. And lastly, I just kind of want to say happy holidays. You know, we're going into Christmas right now, and I'm getting ready to go on this road trip with my family and my dog from Texas to California. So I just kind of want to say happy holidays. Thank you so much for continuing to, listen to the podcast, go to the website, support me financially. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Christmas and also New Year going into 2023. It is December 2022 as I do this podcast episode. So again, thank you so much. I hope you have a happy holidays wherever you are. If you are going to be traveling, be safe traveling, and just be careful out there. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And hopefully I will see you around in the Discord community as a member of the support page and be able to answer any of your questions that you have. But in any case, Merry Christmas and have a happy new year. And I will see you in 2023. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. This is Rachel Hernandez, aka Mobile Home Girl of adventuresofmobilehomes.com, signing off. Bye. So there you have it. 5 books that I recommend that can help you with your own mobile home investing business. And I'm telling you, I wish I had these books when I first got started in mobile home investing. Now, all of these books, including the bonus books and resources, can be found in the show notes of this episode. Go to www.adventuresofmobilehomes.com/62 to get all the links mentioned. Now, before I go, I wanted to give a few shout outs to some recent new members and supporters of the support page. So here it goes. Special thanks to Dana, who claimed my Getting Started in Mobile Home Investing class. Now, Dana is also a member of my support page, which gives her special extra discounts to all of my classes and my courses. Thanks so much, Dana, for purchasing the class. I hope you enjoy it. And if you'd like to learn more about my Getting Started in Mobile Home Investing class, feel free to check out episode 43 of the podcast, where you can hear more about it and what I talk about, including a sneak peek into the class and where you can catch the replay. You can check it out at www.adventuresofmobilehomes.com/43. Moving on, special shout out to Melinda, who recently became a member of the support page. Thanks so much for your support, Melinda. I really appreciate it. Next up, special thanks to Steve, who signed up as a member of the support page. Now, Steve writes, followed you on YouTube, and I hope those old videos come with the membership. Absolutely, Steve. I've actually put my old videos up for members of the support page, which is part of the membership. And if you've been a longtime follower and supporter, you'll remember I had some videos up of the walkthroughs, including the before and after of some of my mobile home properties, plus some other videos as well. They're definitely there on the support page for my members. Thanks so much for your support, Steve, and welcome. And lastly, special thanks to Scott, who recently became a member of the support page. Scott writes, just bought my first investment acreage with an ancient single wide on it. Trying to find a way to have somebody move it so that I don't have to pay to demo and remove. No problem, Scott. I got you covered. Now, Scott did post this question in the Discord community, which is part of being a member of the support page. So I did answer his question, and he wrote me back saying, great advice. Thanks. And if you'd like to learn more about the Discord community, I'll put a link here right in the show notes with more details. But basically, the Discord community is a way for members to stay in touch, network, share their journey as mobile home investors, ask questions, and get feedback on their deals. Also, I post up relevant mobile home industry news, mobile home leads, free stuff like books that come across my way, and anything else relevant to the subject. And it's a really neat way to stay in community with other mobile home investors, and you can always ask me questions right there. So again, I'll link up more information here about the Discord community right in the show notes. And if you are a member of the support page, I just released my latest video training class on how to find mobile home leads, including the best and most effective way to find leads, and how I find leads for my own mobile home investing business. And I'll put a link here in the show notes if you'd like to check it out. And again, if you are interested in learning more about the support page and what it's all about, check out episode 52 of the podcast, where I celebrate the 2-year anniversary of the show, what it means, and my plans going forward. Here I do a video walkthrough of the support page and what it's all about. And if you'd like to check out the support page to learn more, you can go to www.adventuresofmobilehomes.com/support. Sign up as a member today. And if you've enjoyed the podcast so far, please share it with a friend and be sure to follow me and subscribe. Well, that's about it for now. At the time of this recording, I'm actually heading out to California on a road trip with my family and my dog to go visit family and friends. And we're driving from Texas to California, so it should be really fun. And it's something that I look forward to every year. So with that being said, have a Merry Christmas with your family and your loved ones. Until next time, this is Rachel Hernandez, aka Mobile Home Girl of the Adventures of Mobile Homes podcast, signing off. See you next year.